Jai Gurudev, and thank you for agreeing to this discussion about the Aprameya Swami temple. Could you start by introducing the temple to those who may not be familiar with it? Of course, the Aprameya Swami temple, located in Dodamalur near Chenapatna, Karnataka, is an ancient Hindu temple dedicated to Lord Aprameya, a form of Lord Vishnu. The temple's roots are tied to significant Vaishnava traditions and date back to the Chola period over 1,000 years ago. It is also locally referred to as the Navanita Krishna temple because of the unique deity of Balakrishna, the child form of Krishna, which is an important feature here. The temple stands on the banks of the Kanwa River, and the village itself holds a sacred significance in the region's history. Inscriptions and references to this temple can be found in several ancient texts, marking it as a site of devotion for centuries. Could you elaborate on the Balakrishna deity and its special significance? The Balakrishna deity, also known as the Navanita Krishna, is quite special in this temple. It depicts Lord Krishna as a child holding a ball of butter in his hand, capturing a moment from his childhood where he is known for his love of butter. Devotees are particularly drawn to this deity because it embodies the innocence and playful nature of young Krishna. The legend associated with this deity says that Saint Ramanujacharya, one of the most revered saints in the Sri Vaishnava tradition, visited this temple and was so mesmerized by the beauty of the Balakrishna idol that he spontaneously composed and sang verses in praise of Lord Krishna. This adds to the temple's historical and religious significance, especially among Vaishnavites. Moreover, this idol of Navneeta Krishna is believed to fulfill the desires of devotees, particularly childless couples who pray for children and seek blessings for family happiness. The temple is often visited by couples seeking fertility blessings and those praying for the welfare of their children. The temple's connection to Saint Ramanujacharya is interesting. Could you explain more about the architectural style of the temple and any historical details related to its construction? Yes, the Aprameya Swami temple displays a beautiful blend of Dravidian architecture. Its structure reflects the craftsmanship of the Chola dynasty, which ruled large parts of southern India between the 9th and 13th centuries. The intricate carving, sculptural work, and pillars inside the temple show a keen eye for detail that was characteristic of that era. The temple has a majestic Gopuram gateway tower at the entrance, which is typical of South Indian temples, leading devotees into a sprawling courtyard inside. There are several mandapas, pillared halls, and sanctums, the main ones being dedicated to Lord Aprameya and Balakrishna. The idol of Lord Aprameya is flanked by his consort goddess Sridevi and Bhudevi. Inscriptions and records indicate that the temple received royal patronage from various dynasties, including the Hoysalas and the Vijayanagara kings, and local rulers who contributed to its upkeep and expansion. The fact that this temple has been well preserved and continues to be an active place of worship speaks volumes about its importance in the region's spiritual history. Could you talk about the unique rituals and festivals associated with the Aprameya Swami temple? One of the most unique aspects of this temple is the Garbha Pravesha ritual, where pregnant women are blessed with a safe childbirth by making a symbolic offering of butter to Balakrishna. Couples often return to the temple after the birth of their child to offer their gratitude and perform additional rituals. Apart from the daily pujas, the temple is particularly famous for its grand celebration of Krishna Janmashtami, the festival marking the birth of Lord Krishna. On this day, special Abhisheka ritual bath is performed to the Balakrishna idol, and the entire temple is beautifully decorated with flowers. Devotees gather in large numbers to witness the midnight puja, symbolizing the time when Lord Krishna is believed to have been born. Other important festivals include Vaikuntha Ekadashi and Brahmotsavam, which are celebrated with great fervor. During the Brahmotsavam festival, a special Rathotsava chariot procession is conducted, where the idols of Lord Aprameya and Navanita Krishna are taken through the streets surrounding the temple in a grand ceremonial chariot accompanied by music, chants, and offerings. What is the spiritual and cultural significance of the temple in modern times? The Aprameya Swami temple continues to be a deeply revered site, especially for devotees from South India. Its association with the child form of Lord Krishna makes it a place of deep emotional and spiritual connection for many families. The belief in the deity's power to grant children and protect families is a powerful aspect that draws devotees regularly. From a cultural standpoint, a temple is also a beacon of South Indian heritage, showcasing the art and architecture of bygone eras. It serves as a living reminder of the religious devotion, artistry, and traditions that have been passed down through generations. Modern devotees continue to engage with the temple in traditional ways while also using social media and digital platforms to spread its significance. Recently, the temple has seen an increase in tourism, both for spiritual purposes and cultural exploration, as people from all over the world come to appreciate its history and sanctity. Thank you for the in depth analysis and insights. Lastly, are there any ongoing efforts to preserve and promote the temple? Yes, there are efforts by the temple's administration, along with local government bodies and religious trusts, to preserve and maintain the heritage of Aprameya Swami Temple. Regular renovations are carried out to ensure that the structure remains intact and that the temple's historical value is not lost. In recent years, there has also been a push towards promoting the temple through digital platforms, bringing it into the spotlight for a wider audience. This includes sharing the stories of miracles, the temple's history, and the details of various rituals through online channels, enabling people from all over to connect with the temple's spiritual heritage. Wonderful. Thank you again for this enlightening conversation on the rich history and significance of the Aprameya Swami Temple. My pleasure. I hope this helps spread more awareness about this remarkable temple and its unique place in our spiritual and cultural landscape. Thank you for joining us today for a detailed conversation on the Aprameya Temple. Could you begin by telling us about the temple's origins and its significance in Hindu tradition? It is my pleasure to share insights about the Aprameya Temple. The temple is located in Dodamalur, a small village near Chennapatna in Karnataka, and is one of the most significant Vishnu temples in southern India. The temple is primarily dedicated to Lord Aprameya, an avatar of Lord Vishnu, and has a special significance because it houses a unique idol of Balakrishna, the child form of Lord Krishna. The name Aprameya itself means one who is beyond measure, symbolizing the infinite and boundless nature of Vishnu. The temple has existed for over 1,000 years, with its history going back to the Chola dynasty. In fact, inscriptions dating back to the 11th century have been found in and around the temple premises, which indicate that it was a thriving center of Vaishnavism even then. That's fascinating. Could you elaborate on the architectural aspects of the temple? The Aprameya temple follows a traditional Dravidian architecture, which is typical of temples in southern India. The temple's Gopuram entrance tower is beautifully carved and has stood for centuries. Inside the temple features a grand Garbhagriha, Sanctum Sanctorum, where the main deity Lord Aprameya is enshrined alongside his consort Sridevi and Bhudevi. The temple's architectural beauty is not just in scale, but also in the intricate sculptures and carvings. You will see beautifully detailed pillars inside the temple halls depicting various mythological scenes such as those from the Ramayana and Mahabharata. These depictions serve both as decorations and as teachings of Hindu Dharma. Let's talk about the Balakrishna idol. What makes this deity so special to devotees? The idol of Navnita Krishna or Balakrishna is one of the main attractions of this temple. The deity represents Krishna as a child holding a lump of butter in his hand, a scene that reflects the playful innocence and mischievous nature of Lord Krishna during his childhood. There is a deep sense of affection and connection among devotees for Balakrishna. In this form, many childless couples visit the temple praying for children. The belief is that the Balakrishna idol has divine powers to grant the boon of childbirth to those who worship with sincere devotion. After their prayers are answered, many families return to the temple to perform special offerings or name their child after Krishna. One interesting aspect is the legend of Saint Ramanujacharya visiting this temple. He is said to have been deeply moved by the beauty of the Balakrishna idol and has composed hymns in praise of the deity. This connection with Ramanujacharya adds historical and spiritual weight to the temple. That's a beautiful story. What about the legends or local myths associated with the temple? One of the most well-known legends tied to the Aprameya temple is the tale of King Dashrath, father of Lord Ram. It is believed that he performed a penance at the site where the temple now stands, praying for the birth of his sons, particularly Lord Rama. This is another reason why devotees believe the temple has special powers to bless childless couples. There is also a lesser known connection with Kavi Maharshi, after whom the nearby Kanwa river is named. Kanwa is said to have meditated in this area, and his presence adds to the sanctity of the site. Over time, many sages and saints are believed to have come to this sacred place for penance and prayers. The village of Dodamalur itself is mentioned in ancient texts and is often considered a Tirtha Kshetra or a sacred pilgrimage site due to its connection with these spiritual legends. It is interesting how the temple ties into broader Hindu mythology. Could you tell us more about the rituals and festivals observed here? Absolutely. One of the most important festivals celebrated at Aprameya temple is Krishna Janmashtami, the birth anniversary of Lord Krishna. The temple becomes a hub of activity during this time with special abhishekams, ritual bathing of the deity, devotional singing, and midnight prayers that mark the exact moments of Krishna's birth. Another major festival celebrated here is Vaikuntha Ekadashi, where thousands of devotees gather to pass through the Vaikuntha Dwar, the divine entrance which is open once a year. This is considered a highly auspicious event as it symbolizes aligning moksha, attaining moksha or liberation from the cycle of birth and death. The temple also celebrates Brahmotsavam, which is the annual chariot festival, where the deities are taken out in grand procession around the village. The Rathotsava chariot procession is a magnificent sight, accompanied by traditional music, devotional chants, and large crowds of devotees. Apart from the main festivals, are there any unique rituals performed in this temple? Yes, one of the most unique and important rituals at Aprameya temple is the Garbh Pravesha ritual. This is a special ceremony conducted for pregnant women to ensure a safe childbirth. The women make offerings of butter to Bal Krishna, praying for a smooth delivery and the health of their child. After the child is born, families often return to the temple to perform Thanksgiving rituals. Another noteworthy practice is the offering of butter to Bal Krishna during regular prayers. Butter is a symbolic offering, signifies devotion, purity, and surrender, and devotees believe it pleases the deity. Additionally, the Sudarshana Homam is regularly performed at the temple. The powerful Vedic ritual invokes the protective energies of Lord Vishnu's Sudarshan Chakra and is known to remove obstacles and offer protection to devotees. This temple has such a rich spiritual tradition. Could you share any recent developments or preservation efforts related to the temple? In recent years, there has been a focused effort by both the temple authorities and local government to preserve the heritage of Aprameya temple. Conservation activities include restoring the temple's original architecture without compromising its historical integrity. This includes both structural repairs and aesthetic restorations to protect the intricate carvings and the sanctity of the temple. The temple has also become more prominent due to its increased visibility on social media and spiritual websites. Pilgrims from across India and even abroad have become more aware of the temple through these platforms. There's been an active effort to promote the temple's unique history and spiritual power, attracting both devotees and cultural tourists. There are plans for further development of the surrounding area to provide better amenities for visitors while ensuring that the temple's sacred environment remains untouched. In addition, religious organizations and the Vedic Dharma Sansthan are exploring ways to document and publish the temple's historical significance through research journals and documentaries. That sounds like a great progress. Lastly, what would you say is the temple's greatest spiritual contribution to modern society? The Aprameya temple continues to serve as a place of divine grace and spiritual upliftment for all who visit. It represents the timeless nature of bhakti devotion, connecting devotees to the divine through the playful yet powerful form of Lord Balakrishna in today's fast-paced world. Temples like Aprameya remind us of the importance of faith, simplicity, and the sanctity of family life. The belief that Balakrishna blesses childless couples reflects the temple's role in nurturing and preserving the sanctity of family. For modern devotees. It offers a place of refuge where they can surrender their worries and connect deeply with the divine. The temple's rituals, festivals, and legends continue to provide moral and spiritual guidance to society, fostering a sense of community, gratitude, and reverence for the divine even in contemporary times. Thank you so much for this enlightening discussion. Your insights have brought out the beauty and significance of the Aprameya temple in a profound way. It was my pleasure. I hope more people come to experience the grace of Aprameya and Balakrishna and find solace in their divine presence. Jai Gurudev.